Hey everyone, it's Matt C. And so this is kind of a less of a big grand thesis video and more of me just kind of trying to document my thought process on the Indiegogo campaign as it goes along. So, so I was on Sweetcast last night and it was a lot of fun. A couple other guys on there, got Eric Weathers and this other dude. He was pretty cool. We talked, you we do as we do, and we talked about topical kind of things. But a lot of us, because three of us have active Indiegogo campaign, or well, two of us, and myself, which has a yet to become active Indiegogo campaign in the works. We all kind of workshopped out loud, kind of as a group, like what some strengths and weaknesses of our campaigns are, or at least like what we've been thinking our particular approaches are to how to get stuff out there. And I knew this was coming. The fact that I have digital art means I can't do what Eric Weathers is doing, and I can't kind of raffle off original art for subscribers or for people who share the link to the campaign, that sort of thing. I can't do that. So knowing that going in, knowing that, making this thing digitally from the start, I've tried to make the thing valuable with bookmarks and postcards. I didn't get a terribly positive sense that folks were hugely excited about postcards and bookmarks, which I can kind of understand, honestly, because other people kind of throw in perks of that sort, the flat paper perks. And I always understand, like, that's the sort of thing that's easy to put in the package of the book and ship it. So it's convenient to give as goodies, but doesn't, I'm not buying the book for the bookmark. But I might buy the book thinking I have a reasonable chance of getting original art along with it. So I'm trying to figure out how to incentivize people to sign up to the pre-launch campaign. And I don't know, maybe I do original art. Maybe just make original art and kind of raffle that off. I don't think that's a terrible idea. I've got some original art already made, KYRIE themed, and just kind of ancient Roman themed. I've made about 6 pieces so far, and they're just kind of sitting around. I'm not selling them or anything, so I might as well, if they help sell the book, it's better to give them away than to sell them for, $60 or something. So I've been thinking about that. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a decent idea or not. Of course, bookmarks and postcards will still be honored, of course, but just thinking of how I can kind of pile on additional benefits to jumping in on this campaign, because I don't want to press go on the campaign without feeling like I have I've juiced up the value to contributing to this campaign enough. And maybe without original art, maybe I'm just not there yet. And that's cool. That's fine. I'm learning these sort of things. That's what's really exciting about indie comics right now, is that people are building their campaigns kind of in real time on YouTube and things like that. Mainly on YouTube. And so there's a wealth of information. I've been stalking down information for years on how to build campaigns, as a lot of comic artists have, and it's never been it's 5 times easier now to find out how to do a campaign well, and find out quickly now in 2019 than it was even 2 years ago. So that's cool. That's some KYRIE Indiegogo news. Part 2 of that news is I'm debating whether or not to just push the button on the campaign anyway. So my reasoning is I think it's an uphill battle. Like maybe I just haven't given away the right kind of stuff to get people interested, which is entirely understandable. Getting them signed up to the campaign before it happens. Maybe I haven't. I know I've just been kind of evolving how I use social media to explain what the pre-launch campaign is, and maybe the first week or so I wasn't as when it was freshest to people, when possibly the most people were seeing it uh, without being annoyed and just kind of glossing over my updates. Maybe people were thinking, oh, I have to sign up, and signing up commits me to buying a book or something like that. Which is not the case, of course. This is just signing up for a newsletter, basically. You'll just get an email notification that the campaign is launched. That's kind of how things go, and I'll save the emails, and I'll just put you into the newsletter, which will be infrequent and you know, directly related to the book's updates. So that's all I'll do with your precious voluntarily given information. But yeah, so maybe I haven't been as clear about that, so I'm going to be trying to do better about that. And also just kind of thinking about how well can you build momentum for a campaign that hasn't launched yet. I know that a coming soon page on Indiegogo is not a quarter as exciting as a just launched page, and not being able to explore the page's contents and make it a purchase decision if I want to right there on the spot cools my heels, not a little bit. So I'm thinking perhaps it might be better to just say go. I don't know. I've been waffling about that. I've got about 40 people who've signed up, and about 32 of those have kind of confirmed. I was hoping to hit 100. So I'm thinking, I've heard Indiegogo, this is one of the great things about tuning in to YouTube kind of launch campaigns over the past few months. I found out that Monday is the best time to start campaigns generally. And I know there's some other people that are more famous than me as YouTube content producers who are going to be launching by the end of this week. So it's probably not best to launch by the end of this week, but starting a fresh week at the top of the week, it might be best to do it then. So I'm going to be pushing as hard as I can, and that might mean offering additional kind of rewards like original art raffle for this week, for the next 5 days or so, and then with a goal to try and get as close to 100 as I can by next Monday. And that's the what was that, the 17th, I think. So yeah, so I kind of want to hit it then. And also I'm going on vacation at the end of the month, which isn't great, but it'll be at the slow period, which I can kind of pump the gas on that from afar, I think, at least. But I got to be here and present for the beginning and the end of it. That's going to be the most important time, so I might as well launch with a week to spare before I go on my trip, and then be on that trip for a few days and then come back, and then hit it hard towards the end. Hoping I don't have to go extend the campaign, though that's entirely possible and it's entirely reasonable. If we need to do it, we need to do it. I hate, I've kind of, some of you may know, I did a Kickstarter 2 years ago. Or my publisher at the time did a Kickstarter 2 years ago for this book and others, and all in the same campaign. It was kind of a lesson was learned that day, that you can't put like 5 books on one campaign. and kind of mix and match and do all these like different 18 tiers. People just kind of tune that sort of thing out, which is one of the reasons why I'm kind of keeping things lean on my tiers. But as far as giving things away, like maybe I complicate that a bit more. I think the tiers should be simple. People talk about secret links to adding things. I know some people understand how to do those things. The most people, including myself, don't really understand what all that's about. I get it in principle, but how to do it in practice, I may fumble through it, and I think a lot of people will as well. So trying to keep things simple and direct on that end. If we get to the point where we can make 2 books instead of 1, like maybe I add that as an optional perk for no additional cost or some sort of minimal cost at the most. I don't know, I got to figure that out. And also one last thing, early bird discounts. Everyone's talking about early bird discounts. I've been trying to do, this whole like giving away stuff for the pre-launch campaign is kind of tried to be my early bird discount, but I think launching the thing sooner than later and making sure there's an early bird discount is kind of an extra. That's really maybe more of an incentive for people than most. Even if it's a few dollars off, maybe the book for the first couple days, I'm entirely open to that. Like I've said in other kind of stuff for the like trailer and the information video for the campaign, I've got some good print deals, so I think I can cut how much I'm earning from the book per cost for a couple days, if that kind of stokes interest in people kind of coming in early, because that's really the key. As a lot of people know, coming in early is the thing that kind of pushes the momentum for the rest of the campaign. So yeah, really, that's kind of what I've been thinking. So expect kind of updates on original art, early bird specials, and an estimated date, which would be this upcoming Monday before the launch to actually begin. It's a soft date, but we're going to try and justify that date as much as possible by getting as close as we can to 100 subscribers, which would be nice. I've got about 200, I think, people on my email list, just kind of like my MailChimp thing, which I've kind of developed over the past few years, and I get good responses from that. But I might email them one more time, let them know with all this sort of above updates I just kind of mentioned on how we're going to incentivize coming in early, hopefully day 1 on the actual campaign. So yeah, so that's my kind of documenting things out loud. Like I was saying on Sweetcast, it's really fun to. I'm excited. I'm excited about this campaign, and not just because of the campaign. I'm excited because I get to experiment. I get to use ideas I've had and I've heard others share over the past few years, and I can actually implement it on my own project to benefit readers, which is really a satisfying thing to do business in a way where people feel like they really are getting their money's worth and then some. That's all I want to do with this campaign, is give you much more than what you pay for. So if you come away feeling that way, we're going to be copacetic. So yeah, that's the video. Thanks for tuning in, and look for more updates coming pretty soon. Hopefully, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Anyway, thanks. Bye.